No, ¿te la vas a dejar afuera? ¿Cómo que todo qué? Como que todo, la central de abasto le llegó la misma carga y todos tienen igual la línea. Algunos les queda y son los que le pueden madurar. Ya tiene blanqueado el hueso.
Oye, ma, ahorita que vi unas cáscaras de huevo ahí, vi que la mejor forma de utilizarlas para la limpieza es dejarlas secar. Las dejas secar. Ya cuando estén secas, las licúas. Haces polvo, se los polvoreas a la planta así polvo y luego las riegas. Y dice que absorben todo el calcio que necesitan. Porque así no. Nomás es cuenta que ya me di cuenta de que
No, fíjate que antes eso te iba a decir. ¿A qué plantas se las voy a comer?
es que veo que las tiras ahí.
Ahí se van a hacer pedazos, ahí comen los pájaros, hacen lo que quieran. Pero cuando tenga huecas, lo voy a hacer para mostrar aquí.
No, está bien. Nomás era comentario. Era un comentario.
No, pero de todas maneras, para esto sé que se revuelve, se seca y también que si quieres hacer la compota, le pones esto pasta y luego hierba y así, pero pues está
Oye, ahorita en un ratito que me voy a tomar alimentos. Hablamos.
así está bien, ¿eh?
Ya no. ¿Ya no queda?
¿Qué es?
Algo que no te va a gustar.
Ah. Gracias.
para la noche, no hay nada, se lo llevo a la casita.
Source for NBA memorabilia.
Just heard Jokic talking about how they respect the Miami Heat team, knows what they're capable of. What are you looking for them to do in Game 2? What sort of adjustments should we see?
Well, I think from Miami's perspective, three things have to happen. One, we need to see Jimmy Butler. Like, Jimmy Butler's got to show up in a big way. I think he's got to have much more of a bigger impact on the game with his aggressive ability to score it. Secondly, they've got to get to the free throw line. 2 free throw attempts, really important, especially because it helps you to eliminate transition opportunities for the Denver Nuggets. And then thirdly, it's going to be three-point shooting. they don't turn the ball over Miami. They only had 8 in the game. And they defend the 3 well. They did a good job in those areas. But the 3-point shooting, Max Strus 0 for 9. That's not going to get it done. Duncan Robinson 1 for 5. That's not going to get it done. And even though they shot 33% and made 13, a lot of those came in the fourth quarter when the game was in essence over with. So those are 3 areas that I think that if they can have a more positive impact, I think then they have an opportunity to compete and make this series interesting. But it's got to start with their best player, Jimmy Butler, having more of an impact, letting the Denver Nuggets feel him in ways that they did not in Game 1.
I suspect you're correct. We will see Game 2. Of course, the Miami Heat will make the adjustments.
Inside, blocked again. Porter with his second block of the first quarter to get by Porter, but Porter continued to pursue. Vincent fires away from 3. Adebayo on the slam. Bam, Adebayo with... And Murray.
Take a look at the Nuggets' leading score by quarter. This was from NBA Finals Game 1. You can see they've got a lot of weapons they can go to. One of the weapons, Aaron Gordon, who led them in the first quarter with 12 points, is standing by with our Jared Greenberg.
Aaron, congratulations on that impressive Game 1 victory. Can you describe to us the level of intensity and how locked in you were to set the tone you did in that first quarter?
I mean, we had been preparing all week long, so we felt we were ready. It was just about coming out and doing what we know we are capable of doing, and, you know, just holding ourselves to a standard of play that we've been playing with all year that's gotten us to that first seed in the Western Conference. And
Auctions.nba.com, your premier source for NBA memorabilia.
Our very own Jared Greenberg. We're so excited that you're here with us. I see you're right.
that first seed in the Western Conference, and
in the thick of things, as usual. Jared, how are you doing?
Doing great, Stephanie. How you guys doing?
We're doing great. Thank you for taking time out to join us. Let's start off with the Miami Heat. As you just heard GA talk about, that's where I think people have the most interest. They want to see how will they rebound from that loss in Game 1. What is the Heat mindset headed into Game 2?
Yeah, I don't think this team gets rattled, although they are used to winning Game 1s. I think their biggest thing right now is making some open shots. But with all the bad three-point shooting they had, they were still a plus 15 from the three-point line in Game 1 over Denver. So neither team had a particularly good night. But Coach Spoelstra saying after the game, we've got a bunch of ignitable guys. And once they get going, it's like an avalanche. They certainly expect the Max Struses, the Duncan Robinsons, even Jimmy Butler to get going from the outside. But I think the more concerning issue for the Heat that you will see a major adjustment was the fact that they were a minus 14 at the free throw line, stemming mostly from the fact that Miami only took 2 free throws the entire game. Now, Bam Adebayo said he didn't want to comment about it because he didn't want to get fined, and I've confirmed from the league, Bam Adebayo certainly will not be getting fined for his comments that he made after Game 1. The bigger thing has to be guys like Jimmy Butler playing downhill, because Denver really doesn't have true rim protectors. You've got to challenge the Nuggets at the rim, and I would expect they'll do that. I also think that there's a chance we see Kevin Love in Game 2 for his three-point presence. His help along with somebody else may help them get going from the outside.
Well, you mentioned we might see more of Kevin Love. I'm curious, has there been any update on the status of Tyler Hero for the Heat?
So no official word yet on Tyler Hero, who again has been out for almost 2 months, and the thought process back when he first broke his hand was, well, there's no way we're going to see him again, because how in the world is the 8th seed going to ever reach the NBA Finals? Well, here we are, and here's the opportunity. What's going to happen is what I've learned is going to happen today is that after the Denver Nuggets practice and do media availability, we will then have media availability with the Miami Heat. At that time, I will anticipate Eric Spoelstra saying he will not have an update on Tyler Hero until tomorrow. The reason for that is because once the media clears out of this arena this afternoon, Tyler Hero will be a part of the Miami Heat practice. The coaches and the medical staff will evaluate him. They'll talk with him and decide whether he can give it a go tomorrow night in Game 2, or if they will hold off for Game 3 in Miami.
That makes perfect sense. I thought you were going to say Spo wasn't going to give you an update just because he's Spo, but I understand where you're going with
Well, that's a good point, too, yeah.
with your logic. All right, so now on the other side, Jokic. He's been nothing short of amazing, but how is he able to be so impactful when he does not get a ton of FGAs? He still dominates the game.
Yeah, Stephanie, I think this was the most amazing part of Game 1. And this is, if you're a Miami fan, you're saying, okay, we can't have a worse shooting night. But you could also say Nikola Jokic could be a whole lot better, even in his brilliant performance he had in Game 1. He only had a handful of shots in the first half and only 12 in the game. Is there another team in the NBA that has their superstar focal point of their offense only take 12 shots and they could get what felt like a dominant win? I don't know if there is. And the problem with Jokic, if you're trying to come up with schemes and adjustments, is that if you want to take away the others and not let him have those passing lanes, then fine. He's perfectly capable of taking 20, 25 shots and lighting you up for 40 or 50 points. He is the ultimate Swiss Army knife, and he's so unselfish that he doesn't care if he's not scoring as long as his team is winning.
Love that. That's why he is such a likable superstar. Derek Greenberg, thank you so much for your time. We always appreciate your insight.
We had some good, clean looks from the three-point line. We had too many possessions where we didn't work it to get the possession on our terms. But you have to credit them. We're an aggressive attacking team, and so if we're not, getting those kind of opportunities, at the rim or the free throw line, we have to find different ways to be able to do it.
When you look at it during the game, they all look like the right shots, and I'm not saying that we can't, as a team, make those, but got to get more layups, got to get more free throws. Whenever you miss and don't get back, the game gets out of hand kind of quickly. We gave up too many layups, which we also can't have happen. That's it as a whole. We got to attack the rim a lot more, myself included.
Attack, aggressiveness, those are things we're not used to seeing Miami Heat not doing in a game, especially an NBA Finals game. Stats back that up. Shot 2 free throws in Game 1, NBA playoff record. So, Earl, where's it going wrong for Miami in the fact of them not being aggressive on the offensive end?
I think great offense starts on the defensive end. Shooting blocks, steals, deflections, give you transitional pace, allows you to get layups, corner threes, into the free throw line, Coach.
I think when you look at Miami and they go back and look at the tape, they miss a lot of wide open shots, not just threes, but 15 and 17 footers. They didn't do a good job attacking the basket. They didn't get out in transition and run a bigger, slower Denver team. So there are some things that Miami can do that can increase their chances of winning. They played as shots, not just threes, but 15 and 17 footers. They didn't do a good job attacking the basket. They didn't get out in transition and run a bigger, slower Denver team. So there are some things that Miami can do that can increase their chances of winning. They played as poorly as you can play in a Game 1. They held Denver to 104 points. If they can keep Denver around 100 to 104 points, Miami got a chance to win Game 2 and really make a dent in this series. Slower Denver team. So there are some things that Miami can do.
Well, when you say that, Sam, I think of Jimmy Butler, right? 13 points. Look, they're 1-4 this postseason when he scores less than 20 points. So really, you got to get him to that benchmark if you want to win, right?
Well, that's on Jimmy. If you go back and watch the game, he started off not being aggressive. He started out tentative. He's got to set the tone and the pace. They follow his lead. He's got to start attacking early, make the defense collapse, and then find guys for those open threes.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler, what do you think?
I think it's Miami's grit. That's Miami basketball. Every confrontation, every, possession leads to confrontation on offense and defense. Instilling their will in the paint off the bounce and defensively impacting the ball.
Yeah, certainly.
They got to get ugly. They're gonna have, if this is a clean basketball game on skill, this is going to be tough for Miami. The Joker and Jamal Murray are too good skill-wise for you to beat them in a skill contest. They got to muck the game up a little bit. They got to make it grimy, dirty. They got to take it out to the alley, Earl, and get the duking it out with Denver. They got to turn it into an alley fight.
All right.
Auctions.nba.com, your premier source for NBA memorabilia.
Hey, there was a player I thought that would have more of an impact in this, and that's Kyle Lowry, Sam, right? 11 points, 5 assists. Not so much in the sense of they needed more from him in his production off the bench.
Well, see, Chris, I disagree with you a little bit. Look, I think Kyle played great. If you look at when he came into the game, the pace, the rhythm, he got people a lot of shots because he started pushing the ball with pace, and he started probing. He kept making the Denver defense collapse, and the guys who come off the bench, Duncan Robinson and others, they're continuously moving, and Kyle was finding them for layups and wide open shots. I think Kyle, when he plays, he's got to continue that pace, and you got to get guys to run and move with him. He will find you because Kyle is smart, he's crafty, and if you don't body him, Earl, he'll sneak inside the defense and hit you with a couple of up and unders and score in the paint.
Yeah, Kyle Lowry, certainly a guy to keep an eye on as an X factor in this series. Well, Bam Adebayo, what he was able to do, running the offense from the center position for the Miami Heat, it does feel like, okay, they have something here. 26 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists. He accounted for more than a third of the team's points. So, Sam, how do the Heat build on that throughout the finals?
Well, they got a built-in advantage with Bam. For all the lack of size and girth that he gives up, the advantage that he has is speed and quickness and athleticism. You watch Bam right here. He did a great job of finding the soft spot in their defense. Look, this is a tough shot over a bigger Joker, but he takes it on the floor, jump hook over the left shoulder, easy shot. Again, look at this. Nobody puts a body on him. At 6'8", he goes down the lane. If you don't box me out, I'm going to dunk this ball. And this is what I love. He brings the ball up the court, and he realized the Joker is just receding, backing up. You know what? I'm going to take you to that 15-foot range and shoot that bank shot off the glass and knock it down. And again, at this play, he has a speed and quickness advantage. Shows the Joker the ball, gets him up in the air, the little baby soft jump hook in the paint. And for me, I just think what Bam did, he did a great job of finding all the weaknesses in Denver defense, exploring it, and the Joker understands. For all the advantages he has on offense, he has a lot of disadvantages.
Mira, ahí está el inicio. Aquí en esta, disco 2, le das a tu derecha. Ahí está. Ya está acá aquí el lift, ¿sí ve? Ahí le ponemos. Le damos OK aquí en el centro. Ahí dice canales favoritos. Ahí, pero tú quieres...
Deportes.
Aquí lo mueves para el centro y cuando lo quieras es en el centro. Aquí está culturales, deportes, películas, música.
Pero ya lo pasaste.
¿Ya me lo pasé?
Es
No,
que ahí estaba el de deportes.
¿Dónde? Que no lo vi. Ah, es este. Y luego, ahí ya está en anaranjado, tú lo buscas.
Cualquiera de esos canales.
Si lo quieres en español, dice español, inglés.
¿Dónde está?
Pues allá, yo vi que ya lo pasaste. Deportes de básquet. Súbelo más arriba. ¿Ya está hasta ahí?
Sí.
Entonces bájalo, velo buscando despacio porque son un montón, son 231 canal. ¿Tú sabes cuál es la televisora que buscas?
Quiero ver si acá
No,
hay...
ya.
Es que también hay...
NB. A la NB. TV. Ahora, ¿lo quieres para abajo? Dale para arriba. ¿Contra quién nos quieres ver?
Well, guess what? Pretzel crust is back. Or is it? Nah, seriously, it's back. Maybe. No, it's back. Pizza, pizza.
No, arriba.
Some light beers taste half empty. Ours is filled with gold.
Ponle las en el ABC. ¿Lo vas a buscar?
Worthy of the name Gold. Forged with over 90 years of brewing experience for a smooth, elevated taste. Because light shouldn't be a sacrifice. Modelo Oro, 90 calories.
¿En qué canal lo quieres? ¿En español?
No, sí, ya. Todos los tienes los humanos.
Everything looks so good. Right?
Deja ver si lo encuentro en español, ¿ok?
No, así está bien porque ya va a empezar.
This one looks nice.
That's a house favorite.
¿Y qué es NBA?
Sí, pero no, así está bien.
There's gotta be a catch.
NBA.
Así está bien, Ana.
NBA.
Son los equipos. No, es que no juegan.
¿Quién juega? Nada más.
Miami, pero ahorita. Denver Nuggets también, pero.
Ahí está, mira, Denver.
Sí, pero pues ahí está el juego ya. Es nada más que está. Nada más que todavía no ha comenzado. Pero ahí déjalo porque ahí está. Ya va a comenzar, faltan. Ahí dice que va.